the Tina Ramsey Show and Podcast, we have our celebrity guest, Jenelle Simone. Her drive for perfection has allowed her to become more than just an average Jane. She's an actress, she's a host, she's in broadcasting, and so much more. Make sure to tune in this Thursday at 7:30 p.m. EST. It's time to come share, shine, and grow on the Tina Ramsey Show. Welcome to the Tina Ramsey Show and Podcast, a show to motivate you and introduce you to celebrities, authors, singers, coaches, and standout entrepreneurs that are making a positive impact in the world. Men and women coming together to share knowledge, having upbuilding conversations centered around business, wellness, education, and life. We connect you with some amazing people and opportunities. It's your time to shine, and we help you do that. We love sharing your stories of success and spotlighting you, the entrepreneur. We love to laugh. We love to smile. We love to celebrate you, and we love having fun. So go grab a seat, get a snack, and don't forget your beverage. It's time for you to come share, shine, and grow. Yes, it's time for the Tina Ramsey Show. Let's get started with your host, Dr. Tina J. Ramsey. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tina Ramsey Show and Podcast. I am so happy to be with you guys today because I have a special celebrity guest in the back, Miss Jenelle Simone, and she is doing some amazing things, not only with her career, but also in the community, because we all about people making a positive impact. And when I think about all the things that she do, she have a degree in broadcasting, she already have experience and hosts her own show, Shop Bob Live. She have a nonprofit where she's doing some amazing things. But you would think that would be it, right? Well, no, this young lady still have time to do some more things and have some exciting projects she want to share with us. So before we bring her up, we got to give this way. We got to roll out the purple carpet because, we do purple over here. We got to roll out the purple carpet, and then we're going to bring the amazing Jenelle Simone on. Come on, baby, baby. Come on, baby, baby. All right, you guys. I am so happy. We're going to learn all about her drive and why she do what she do and how she does what she do. And without further ado, let's bring on the amazing Jenelle Simone. Welcome to the show. Hey!
I'm like, I'm like, oh, she sounds fabulous. Who's that?
That's you. That's you. Okay, so with everything that you have done, like I'm looking at your impressive resume, to say the least. You went to college for broadcasting. So what made you decide to go into broadcasting?
Now, this is going to be an interesting story, but in all honesty, I went into broadcasting because of Wendy Williams.
Wow.
I was at a model casting at a spot in New York City, and Wendy Williams was hosting this event at the Hammerstein Ballroom, no less. And I remember going on my go-sees, if you ever seen like America's Top Model, where they would take their books and they would go towards casting directors and they would show their books and then go to the next and go into the next. So there was this space where all of these urban magazines were and all of these casting directors that were looking for, beautiful Black women. And Wendy Williams comes out in a full leg cast. And she hobbles out on the stage. And I remember it because to me, that Wendy Williams, she's a very tall woman. And so to me, it was like a giant on the stage. And I remember her hobbling out with the cast. And what triggered me was someone who can come out with a full cast, because she just sprained her leg at the time, really loves her job. And I need to know, what does she do that she loves her job so much that she is willing to look past pain to show up to work? And it was funny because after that, I even got the chance to work closely closer to Wendy Williams and really understood radio broadcasting. And she is the reason why I actually went to school for broadcasting and loving what I do as a communicator, which is a very interesting story.
Wow. Okay, so you never know what your current circumstance when you go to these events.
Yes.
Many people, I just say, get in the room of the people who you admire. And sometimes you go in the room of the people who you admire, but you see someone else, and that is the projector that changes your life. You saw Wendy Williams, you saw her hobbling on stage, and you was like, what is it? Because I need to have that, because if that was me, I'd probably be home, you know? And so
Exactly. That kind of drive past the point where she should have been home resting. And I remember what she said that night. She says, in broadcasting, you never give up your mic to anyone. And so she's like, if you had the ability to get on that microphone, you get on that microphone. So she said, I put the cast on. She had little shorts on. And she came out on that stage and she hosted that event. And I needed to know, what was it about this point, this medium, that had her so affected, so charged up that she refused to stay in bed. And then I got bit by the bug, and I've been in this space ever since.
Wow. So I want to give a shout out to our virtual studio audience. Hello, Be the Difference Clothing. She said, wow. She also has her own show called Hello World. So check her out on CTR Media Network. Okay, so that's how you got into broadcasting. What made you start doing acting?
So I was always a class clown. So I was always cutting up. I was definitely the person in my family during the holidays where, the aunties would call me out and they would move, the furniture in the living room, and I would perform. And I was just always that person. I love telling stories. That's what I do. So that's why it makes sense to go into broadcasting. It made sense to go into acting. I was in every school play growing up. I was always the lead in something, whether it be The Wiz or, I was always doing, so I was Glinda the Good Witch, y'all. But I've always been fascinated with telling stories, fascinated with understanding stories. And that's the difference between acting, I think, for the person. There are people who know how to tell a good story, and then there's people who want to understand the why behind your story. And that's where, even within broadcasting, where it kind of connects, like even with what you do, Dr. Ramsey, you like understanding the why behind us, trying to understand what sparked that flower, what sparked that seed. That's the same thing with acting, and it's just about telling those stories. And that's one thing we do well.
Yes,
good story.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we do. And so when I look at your story, because I see everything, like I was telling you, when I watched The Manifest and I saw you, I was like, even though we have these conversations, then I saw you on all these different other shows, these mainstream shows. Yeah. And then listening to you, knowing about you as part of Nike, BET, been on VH1, you have all these experiences in broadcasting, and then you have all these experiences as an actress. So you said you love telling the why. So what type of character do you look for? Is it just that you like to act as? Because I know some people say they like to be able to be someone else. So what's your experience as being an actress or actor that you like the most about acting?
So, oh my gosh, when you say all of those names, so many memories just sparked in my head. I've lived a lot of lives. Mother has lived, baby. Mother has lived.
Yes, you have.
When it comes to stories, because the way the industry is right now, there's this thing called typecasting. And sometimes if you tell a story, a specific character so good, you keep playing that same character. And that's what you'll see a lot, especially with Black talent. Once we get like Gabrielle Union, once she played that role of the aggressor, she couldn't it as much as she wanted to play something different. She was so good at playing that character that's all she kept playing ever since what was that cheerleader movie? She couldn't get it out.
Bring it on.
Bring it on. And so I love playing different you do get stuck sometimes in these characters where you don't get to be somebody different. You don't get to play. And I think even as kids, when we grow, when we growing and we're playing with each other, we play house, we play doctor, we dream about being astronauts, we play that the floor is lava. We do all of these things to really just help create these worlds. And I would love to play different characters. I do play a lot of the same. But recently, I actually have got the chance to play a different character, and this, oh, it's gonna be cool. Oh, I can't wait. Oh, it's gonna be.
Oh my goodness. And very few in the industry you able to, I would say, transition, like you said, because you do get typecast, and that's even with being on the radio. It's a certain group of people. It's very few that's able to get out and explore other options, even though they're multi-talented. So yes, you got this new role that you have. This is one of many you're gonna have, because now they're saying, wait a minute, we have too many layers. We're gonna have to use her here, use her there, use her here, use her there. And so I'm so happy that you have the opportunity. And Joy said, okay, do tell us. So when I think about, I know for me, and a lot of people tell me this, when you're doing so many different things, as a person, as an actor, as an actress, or whatever your profession is, we don't usually take the time to take it all in. So have you had a chance with your busy schedule to take in everything that you're doing? And really, because you said the statement, honey, I live. Yes, you have. But have you took that in?
It's so hard. And I think we all get stuck with that. What's the next step that we don't get a chance to enjoy today? It's like going on vacation. What do we do the last day of vacation? We immediately think about what time our flight is our bags packed. We're thinking about, as soon as we get off the plane, what are we going to do? Do we have to throw out the milk and buy new milk? Do we have, we're already thinking about next steps instead of enjoying that last day of vacation. That last day of vacation, we never really experience it because we're always thinking about, all right, well, what am I going to do next? And even in this place, in acting, when I think about some of the roles that I've done, I've been blessed to do a role on Manifest. I was role on Jessica Jones. Recently, I did an amazing role on Law and Order, Organized Crime.
Yeah.
What? That is like the actor's like rite of passage. You're not an actor unless you do something of Dick Wolf's brand, Law and Order, FBI, Chicago, anything. You have to do it. And I finally got a chance to do that. And in the moment, I was just so excited to be there that I wish I took a little more time to accept that. So as an actor, which is funny, I was just talking about this today with someone. I got the chance to audition for, it was a small role for Law and Order. Getting that role, I got the role the very next day, which is kind of unheard of because it usually takes some time to book the role. Was on set 3 days later. On set, I was bumped up, promoted to be a stunt actor, which is unheard of. Promoted to be a stunt actor, doing my own stunts, to then from that small role end up being a larger role where I had my name credited on the screen. Now, actors know that is a coveted spot when your name is on the screen. Yes. And then from there, I was able to get replays of my footage on the next episode, which is huge.
Yes.
Character, I'm dead. Oh, I can't go back. Bring Bonnie back. Hashtag bring Bonnie back. Yeah, but though in those moments, this is extraordinary. It was a blessing to experience that, and not too many actors get a chance to say that they booked something like that, and then that it blossomed to where it is. And that's incredible. So yeah, I need to take more time just saying thank you in the moment. And it's hard.
I know. Well, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on it too, but I was wondering, did you have some fresh inspiration? Because sometimes, because like you're right, you continuously going to the next thing. Not
Mhm.
saying that you're not appreciative or we're not appreciative. It's
Right.
just we're like water. We're constantly moving. Okay. And
Mhm.
so one thing that I'm making myself do is to pause and be silent for a moment and just
Mhm.
take it in,
Right.
because it took a lot of work to get to where you are, to get to
Mhm.
where I am. And it allows you to be able to really take in
Mhm.
so that you can maneuver what you're going to do next. Now, that is pretty much unheard of for you to get on the set and then get bumped up, and then they re-edit what you did and play it on. That is not something that happens. Like, that's the first time I ever heard that it actually happened to an actor.
Incredible to have that, to experience that. And it sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit because we're always comparing to the next person. Oh, well, I did this and my friend was the lead in something, my friend
Mhm.
got this movie, my friend played along this character. And we never really honor what was given to us and hold that. But then how are we expected to receive more if we can't really celebrate what we have now?
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly. On that note, what we're going to do, we're going to take a commercial break and we will be back in a moment with Jenelle Simone. CTR Media Network is a new standard of podcasting and media that live streams 30 plus podcasters. We reach 350 million global listeners worldwide in over 50 countries across all major podcasting and social media platforms and have featured over 1,000 guests. If you would like to be a part of CTR Media Network, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. Welcome to the Homeschooling Magazine, a magazine that embraces and celebrates the entire homeschooling experience. Our magazine is different from all the rest because we provide beneficial information and assistance in homeschooling, business, wellness, mental health, resources, and life. We encourage you to pick up a copy of our magazine today by going to issues.com for digital and printed form on amazon.com. The Homeschooling Magazine is all about impacting the world through home-based learning, helping to de-stress the homeschooling experience. Get your copy today. And just like that, we are back, and I'm back with a friend. Who is that? The amazing Jenelle Simone. Welcome back. So now we're going to pivot because you talked about broadcasting and we learned about that. And if to me, it was like that was a stepping stone towards your being an actor. And now you having all these amazing experiences. But then you would think that you would stop there because that is a lot, okay, being an actor. But then you said, no, the pandemic hit and you decided to do something else. And what was that?
So, in my journey, I was able to connect into the world of philanthropy. Actually, this is a funny story as well. A friend of mine, she was a gig worker and
Mm-hmm.
she double booked herself for an event. And so she called me and asked, would you be able to help handle this event? I need someone to handle coat check for a party. So it's close by. I said, yeah, sure. I'll come down and do coat check. And so I go to this restaurant, a very classy restaurant, and I help out. I have no idea who anyone is. I'm just trying to make sure my friend doesn't lose her position with the agency. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm helping people as they come in. I have no idea who they are, but I'm just being gracious and being helpful. And then somebody walks up to me and says, how would you like to work for us? And I said, oh, well, I'm actually just here as a fill-in. I'm not really with the agency. And they said the way that you were able to talk with our guest, you treated everyone with respect. I had no idea that all of the people that were there were professional football players. I didn't know because I'm not a footballer. Had no idea, not a clue. So I wasn't starstruck. But my thing is what my parents instilled in me, that everyone is honored. So I
Mhm.
treat everyone the same way. Anybody who comes into my presence, I never treat anyone different. Whether you are the president to the janitor, I'm going to learn your name because you are important. And so
Mhm.
that's how it was. And so as this woman at the time, she walked me through the hall at the restaurant to learn more about what they did. That's when I actually came in contact with philanthropy, with raising money for nonprofits. It was a fundraiser for a nonprofit that the NFL was behind.
Mhm.
And from there, I learned how important the work is for
Mhm.
these organizations and what they do throughout the world. And I just immediately became connected. So from there, I started like moonlighting as a professional fundraiser, doing these galas, facilitating these events, helping to raise millions and millions of dollars. Now, fast forwarding, I realized who wasn't in the room. There
Mhm.
were barely ever any people of color. A lot of times I was the only woman in the room. Many times I was the only person of color. And
Mm.
that just hurt my heart because I knew that there were organizations that needed assistance, but they didn't have these big budgets to rent out these lavish spaces. They didn't have big budgets to have commercial advertisements every hour on the hour during the holiday season. But they needed help because those dollars mattered for their organization to exist. And so when the pandemic happened, I said, I've got to do more. How do I take this skill set now that I've learned with helping these national organizations? How do I use that same skill set that I've had to now help these smaller organizations in our own backyard? So, me being an actress as well, I have some amazing friends who we call each other slashers. So we're actors slash entrepreneurs slash singers slash dancers. Right? So one thing that I really hit me was I live in Staten Island,
Mhm.
and there was a movement that shook the world. I can't breathe. And
Mhm.
so this movement was started by an incident that happened in Staten Island by someone by the name of Eric Gardner. And I'm very familiar with Eric Gardner. A lot of times he would have came into my hair salon while we were getting our hair done, and he would try to sell his wares so he could make some money.
Mhm.
And it was hard because it hit me because there's a lot of small business owners
Mhm.
who are trying to make ends meet for their
Mhm.
family. They're starting businesses. A lot of them are not legal because they're not structured. They don't know to get an EIN. They don't know to get an LLC. They don't know how to do a website, a Shopify account, whatever. They just have product. They're trying to move it to make money to pay their bills. So the whole thing that happened, it was really shook Staten Island to the core. And
Mhm.
it was just about this man was just trying to make a few dollars for his family. We need to start supporting businesses in our communities to help them continue to make money so that they can support their families. So I started a blog called Shop Bob, Bob for Black owned business. And what I did, I promoted my friends' businesses. If they had a hair company, I was promoting their hair. If they had clothing, I was promoting their clothes. And I noticed within that first month, I had 3,000 hits that first month I opened up. My friends are hitting me up and they're like, oh my goodness, sales are coming through. People are emailing us asking for opportunities. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. There's something here. There's something here because a lot of businesses, especially when they start out, we talk about, raising money to get the product. But we don't talk about how to advertise, how to market. We rarely ever set aside a budget to promote what it is that we do. We need that word of mouth. So what I wanted to do was at this pandemic, I found a way, okay, I'm promoting my friends' businesses and they for free. and they are getting sales off of it. And I need to find a way to now promote organizations to fund their services, which now we need more than ever. How do I merge the two? And that's when I decided to say, you know what, I'm going to build a platform where businesses can sell a product. And instead of paying money for fees or paying money to house a profile, which some of these websites, they charge way too much money for y'all to be selling on a website. I'm just saying. Plus, you got to pay the credit card fees, but whatever. But instead of paying for the platform, dedicate a percentage of your profit to go to a nonprofit so that way they can do their work and the business gets credit for the donation that is given. It is incredible. And this is what I'm building right now with Shop Bob. It has been incredible. The meetings that I'm having, those that are behind me that I'm closing deals on. Yes, I'm not gonna cross it because it is so. It is so. That's what I'm doing, and that's why it's really important to me to serve.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But that is genius because you saw there was a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And you create a solution, but in a different way. You're using the virtual. I always say use social media for the positive. And Joy from Be the Difference Clothing, she can second that. Use it for positivity, okay? And so you decide to take a situation where you was in the room with a whole lot of different people with fundraising, and you noticed that representation wasn't there properly. Okay, they were doing some great things, but imagery, representation is so important because sometimes it takes them seeing someone that look like them, that speak like them, that come from the same neighborhood as them to let people see that, hey, I can do this. And so you took that situation and then you said, okay, it went from helping my friends to now I'm going to help some other people. Oh, and then it birthed Shop Bob, Black owned businesses. Now, everyone, I actually benefited from Shop Bob. Okay. I went on the show. It's an amazing, amazing platform. I actually met someone, and now they're a part of CTR Media Network, which is Hello World from Be the Difference Clothing. So check out her store as well. It was just an amazing. Had I not went on your show, I would have never met her. And had I never met her, it was like a polarizing effect. You start meeting and doing different things because now your network becomes larger because now you're together.
Yes.
You're together. And so everybody is growing. So thank you for what you're doing. You didn't have to do it. And you're faithfully go on every Wednesday and you'll be interviewing. And I'm saying, you guys, not for no short period of time. I'm talking about I was pulling people on back to back to back to back to back. And I was one of them. And we wait patiently because yes, we waited because we want to be on Shop Bob Live. We want to be on it. So the question is, will you be doing Shop Bob? Will you be coming back for season 2?
Yes, 2. Yes, we are coming back. The hardest decision I had to make was to put the show on pause, but I knew I had to put all of my attention in building our nonprofit Shop Bob Cares. It was about building awareness because the whole thing about Shop Bob, it is twofold. I love helping businesses for free. I love promoting them for free. I love putting them out there and helping consumers to find them and connect. But there's still more to do. And so what I needed to do was take a step back and build, what does Shop Bob Cares do? Because I love getting my hands dirty. I needed to hit the ground. I needed to really sit and be led as to what else can I do. And so over the summer, we launched our Youth Positivity Outreach Program. So Shop Bob partnered with a Black-owned mobile gaming company, Fun Bash. Together, we create on-site events that brings fun and engaging activities to the community. You know, we have all these theme parks. We have all these very expensive ways of entertaining our kids, but in a lot of times, our communities, our moms, our pops, they can't afford a $60 ticket, no matter how many cans of Coca-Cola they save up to redeem. They can't afford tickets to bring to these named theme parks. And then you can't choose one child to bring. What you do for one, you got to do for all. It's expensive. So what we've done together with Fun Bash, we've created sort of like this carnival setting that we are bringing straight to the hood for our kids to engage for free. Jumbo games, virtual reality, arcade, PS4, all of this we're bringing to our community for our kids to feel special, our kids to connect and be able to experience things. Our virtual reality stations, we're taking them to the moon, we're taking them deep sea diving, we're taking them to different beaches all over the world, right from their own street. And that is important because it's those memories. I think most of us at a certain age, we have these memories when we were younger, summertime, opening up the fire hydrant, drawing on the street, playing hopscotch, manhunt. These experiences where we were together as a community was important when it came to developing us and how we interact with one another. But our kids nowadays, all they know is TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and they're not connecting with one another. They will sit right next to each other on their phones, talking to each other on their phones instead of actually conversing. And we need to break that because now we're becoming an isolated community. And what I'm trying to do with our youth positivity outreach program is bringing our community back together, allowing parents to create memories with their kids, playing games. That way they can too one day say, hey, remember that summer of 2023? Ooh, that was so fun. Remember when we did bop, bop, bop? That's what we're doing. Outside of that, I'm building music programs, building drama programs, building what else? Music, drama, and there's some arts. Yes, arts. So that way we can bring this creative side from our youth, teaching them leadership skills, teaching them how to express themselves positively, express what it is that as they're growing and maturing and becoming themselves, what else can they be? That's what we're doing with our Shop Bob Cares. Another aspect of what we're doing, we're talking about making America great again. Well, guess what? Our people have innovated so many amazing technologies. And I'm talking about peanut butter, doorknobs, the hot comb, the traffic lights. We did that. We are putting together scholarships for kids so that way they can go back to learning how to create with their hands. Vocational training. We need iron workers. We need carpentry. We need plumbers. We need electricians. And granted, we do need coders, but we need our youth to build America up from the ground up. And that is what we're doing with Shop Bob Cares. It's cultivating our youth. And then we're not leaving our seniors out. Oh no, we still have programs for our seniors so that way they can continue to make wages and live and be able to engage as well. We're creating activities for them to also feel that they're connected to the community. We have to uphold our seniors. And I think at some point we get to this point where we forget that they have done so much for us. Now it's time to pour back into them and let them know that we care for them in this world. Oh, I could do this all night. I'm so excited about what we are building with Shop Bob. It is literally about creating a whole new ecosystem, really highlighting businesses, Black-owned businesses, highlighting our communities and connecting them together in a whole new way that we are actually building community from the ground up.
I love it. I love it. And I feel I hear your passion because you're doing something for our Black and brown, like getting us together, letting us bring back the community again. And that is another thing that is so that I love about what you do because it's showing us that we matter. It's showing us that we're valid. It's showing us that someone cares, to put all this together. And you're right. When you have a mother or a father or a family, whether single parent or couple, but they have more than one child, how can you pick between your children? Because that will leave a mark in their head saying, why did mom pick my brother? Why did mom pick my sister? And it's just simply they didn't have enough money. And so you don't even have that barrier. You're like, bring all the babies. Bring all the babies. So
Yes. And it's been absolutely incredible. Like, we started this program over the summer, and already we've served about 1,000 families in New York City, already in conversations to build out into other states. So by next year, it looks like we'll be in 2 other states with this program rollout. And I think it's just really awesome to see even businesses come behind and say, okay, I want to be a part, because it costs money. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah.
To do a program, it costs money, but the benefit of this, it is just tremendous, because it sparks hope. It sparks belief. It allows kids to dream that, I could build something. I could virtually, be an astronaut for a day. Like, that's incredible that we have this ability to do that for the kids, where the kids could just be kids. It's amazing. Amazing.
Well, I know somebody who I'm going to directly connect you with.
Thank you.
That's looking to drop some money off on some nonprofits for Black and Brown.
That would mean everything, because every nation helps, and you'd be surprised. And I think that's another thing about because we were talking about togetherness. Sometimes we don't realize what we do. We minimalize it, not knowing how much it affects the next person. And so even that moment, we having guests like you on my show, which I am so grateful that you took the time to sit with me and thought it not robbery to wait to get on, because when I'm with somebody, I'm so excited about them. I don't want to rush them. I want to give everybody their full time. So I thank you for that. But you'd be surprised what that little spark will do, where you speaking to someone, they get to hear your story, and then they comment, they share, and now someone else who needed to hear from you, who needed to know that they can create a business through broadcasting. Like, you have no idea. I remember I talked. You have no idea the fire that you sparked, because there was several people that were sparked to speak who didn't feel comfortable publicly speaking. And I'm gonna go ahead and put out there, be the difference, put out there, being in that space where they're committing to broadcasting and understanding that there is opportunity for a business through broadcasting, through creating shows, and that you were in that space to facilitate help for them, that they didn't have to do it alone. A lot of times we don't do things because we don't feel supported. So finding out that, wow, somebody's going to back me up, somebody's going to walk me step by step on how to do this, there goes that representation. It can be done. I could do it too. And that is what I'm here for. And it costs us nothing to sit there and like and share and comment and engage and support one another. And when we do, we literally make billionaires overnight.
Yeah, we set trends. We set trends. I want to give a shout out to our virtual studio audience. Dr. Connie Green, she's here. She said, thank you for sharing. She also said, this is amazing. Yes, I agree. She has an amazing show. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back in a moment. So you can tell us some more, because I'm loving everything. You need to be in South Carolina.
Hi, I am Jenelle Simone, founder and CEO of Shop Bob, and I want to interview you. That's right, you. I want to learn more about your business and how did it come to be. So if you want to join me as a guest on Shop Bob Live, make sure you go to shopbob.com. And of course, if you want to know more about what we're building and want to support us, we are currently accepting donations. So hit us up at shopbob.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. Thanks.
All right, you heard it. Shop Bob Live. This is not a fantasy. This is not a dream. This is happening right now. So if you're sitting down saying, how can I help? They need sponsorships, donations, and just if you have a business and you want to donate some items, this is the time for you to get involved, okay? And let me bring back on our amazing featured guest, Jenelle Simone from Shop Bob Live, shopbob.com.
I'm about to start crying. You know, when you started it off, you know, we talked about that whole journey, and then you don't realize what you've done and how much has been accomplished. And now see.
Oh, see, okay, I done took it to the moment.
I don't think I could ever do a show without crying. I'm always crying, and I'm trying not to. I don't want to run the mess.
It's okay. It's okay.
It just because in this space, and I think even in your space as well, it's a thankless job, and a lot of times you don't the 10 go out and maybe one to come back to say thank you, and it means so much to me to even be seen. Like, I'm not invisible. That
you're not invisible, Jenelle. I just want you to know that I see you and I support you. And I want to do anything that I can to help get out what you're doing, because we're all about impactful positivity. And of course, our children is our future. So if we can't get to them, and that's what you're doing, you help it, but you're not only helping the children. This is why it's so important. You're not only helping the children, but you're helping the elderly, which are usually the forgotten. And I always have a soft spot for the elderly. People tell me I have a very old soul. It's because I be around a lot of older people. I love to sit and listen to their stories. They are our history keepers. They hold all of our foundational pieces. And so then you merge that and you bring the families together. And then you put together all of this when you didn't have to, because you're an actress and you're helping to entertain, to make us de-stress from the world. So that is something that we can do, that you're doing, and you're doing very well. But also you did broadcasting, and you're still doing it with your Shop Bob, but you did not have to go that extra step and start a whole nonprofit. Like, nonprofit is not an easy venture. And so the fact that you're doing all this full circle, and you're bringing it, and you never ask for anything except you're giving. So this is your time. I want everybody to know about Jenelle. Okay. Jenelle behind the photo, Jenelle behind the IMDb looking gorgeous, Jenelle behind the Manifest Law and Order plan, bring her back. Y'all bring her back. So I want them to see the real person, because I was always captivated with actors, actresses, singers, entertainers, because I wanted to know who they were aside from the character that they played. And so being that I had already met you and I went on your show, I got to learn the real person. And I want everybody else to know that this woman not faking it. This is her. Like, this is the real deal. And so I thank you for what you're doing. Bringing all these access to the hood, because most people don't want to bring nothing to us but trouble. So bringing it to the hood, letting them see that they're valuable, and that one moment can change that child's mind for the rest of their life. That one moment where they say, do you remember summer of 2022? Because I know I remember some summers right now. I'm like, did you, what? The 90s? Did you remember? So Jenelle, what else? Do you have any more projects? What is it that you want us to know about that you can tell? Because I know some things you might say. So tell us about that.
So going back into acting, this summer was a blessed year. I teased that I got a chance to play a different role. This role is actually comedic. It is a comedic role, and I never get a chance to be funny. Even I think I'm hilarious, though. Good time, baby. But yes, and I want to thank Tiffany Jackman. She is a writer, producer, an instructor in New Jersey. And she put together a sitcom titled The Wilsons. So The Wilsons is a sitcom that will be launched in 2023. And it stars a very well-known actor by the name of Reggie Hayes. Reggie Hayes is the actor that played William Dent on the TV show Girlfriends. He was Joan's best friend, the bestie. So he is the lead on this sitcom. And I have been cast to be his beautiful, lovely young wife. Thank you.
Ooh, okay then. I'm ready. I'm ready to watch. I'm ready.
Oh, it is absolutely hysterical. It's a political, satirical show, and we get to poke fun and speak of a whole community that I don't think America has ever shined light on, and that is the Black Republican. So it is absolutely incredibly funny. Tiffany Jackman is just so witty. What a great writer. And I'm so blessed to be a part of this project with a phenomenal cast. Oh, I cannot wait. So that is coming out in 2023. And I'm super excited. And when that comes out, I'm sure I'll be reaching out to everybody because I know Reggie wants to do some real heavy promo for that. But I'm really excited about that, playing a comedic character. I'm working on broadcasting still. So we've got a few shows that we're putting together that'll be on some major networks, honoring powerful people of color. We finished shooting some of the show even yesterday, where we got a chance to honor the deputy mayor of New York. We honored so many people, influential people of color, talking about representation. And so there's an entertainment show that we're doing with that. That is DTX 2.0. What else are we doing? Shop Bob is growing tremendously. We've got Shop Bob Live that is coming back. And then next year, as I already teased, that will be in probably 2 more states, covering 3 states with the help of a really big, large organization that I can't say yet, but it's huge. And it's a 3-letter organization. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. That's it. That's it. 3-letter organization. That's it. And so they're backing us because they really believe in economic development. And that's the one thing I forgot to say. Yes, the programs that we're doing, we are hiring youth. We are funding. Yes, they are being paid to work with us, which is tremendous. And I don't think that we really think about our kids when it comes to having money in their pocket. Our parents, when I was in school, I came up in a middle class family. So both of my parents were working. On paper, we looked really good. However, when it came down to organized sports and I had to go to them to buy new uniforms or buy new equipment, they were strapped for cash because it just wasn't enough. And our kids, they're still going through school. And of course, now more than ever, they got to compete with the swag. They got to look, and they don't have the finances. And some of them don't even have the finances to get lunch. And they need the opportunity to make some cash to even support their family, to support their younger siblings. It's a thing. And we don't really think about that. So with Shop Bob Cares, we started employing youth. And so right now we have about 18, and we want to expand that to hit about 100 students next year, where they are paid to work on weekends because school is first. School is first. So we create these events for them to make cash. That way they can, support themselves. And it's tremendous. What else? There's so many things. I probably should have wrote a list, and I'm probably going to be mad. I'm like, oh, I forgot to say this.
Well, you can come back. Yes. So are these all in person for the youth, or is it a combination of virtual and in person?
So 2 sides. So for our events, they are on site, but we also are training young people on how to design. So those are remote, where they can do that as long as they have access to a computer, which we are working with local school systems. Systems. That way they have access to co-working spaces or to educational spaces where they can continue to work and then still go to school and study. School is number one.
That is great. We have to see what's going on with our virtual studio audience. Connie Green said, This about me.
See?
She know Tina Ramsey is amazing. I was one of those that was intimidated by speaking on the podcast, but Dr. Ramsey, helped me every step of the way until I became #1 podcast on CTR Media Network. Yes, that's true. So we're proud of you, but you put in the work. Okay, we didn't do it. You didn't do it by yourself. Like, we helped you, but you had to do the work. And so we're proud of you. Then we have another person from our virtual studio, and she said, awesome, giving back to the children 2022 onward. Yes, and Be the Difference Clothing said, that's gonna be dope, LOL.
Well, you coming with me. You know she the tribe. Come on now.
Yes. So keep us in the loop of what's going on, because from the virtual standpoint, we definitely want to keep connected so that we can use our platform to elevate you and what you're doing with the community, because you got that threefold cord going on. You have the youth, you have the adults, and then you have the elderly. And when you merge all of that, that spells family. Yes. That spells family. So going back to the old school, bringing everybody back to the kitchen table, bringing everybody back to communicating and I love it. And so thank you for everything that you're doing in our community. Thank you for taking the time, and thank you just for being you, Jenelle. Okay, and taking the time to take it all in.
I love you. I love every opportunity, and I'm so glad that you had the chance to let me be on your show, on your platform. And as you can see, you're very humble, and you throwing it back to people, but you are so important. And what you've done has been tremendous, even in people's lives, being able to find their voice and a space to get their point across and help people out. Because, and let's not even talk about the board that you're on with women and how homeschooling and all, like I remember. And so all of that you're doing, you're really making a difference. So I want to say thank you. I see you, and I support you in anything I could do to help you flourish. I'm here. I'm with you. I'll put the t-shirt on, the poster. Let's go. I'll pick it. Let's go.
Same here, because it takes all of us. And you guys, again, they're taking donations. So, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Of course, a lot is good, but if you don't have a lot, it's what you give from your heart. Because in order for all of these amazing activities and support for not only the community, but for our children, in order for that to all take place, it takes money to do it. So if you have $10, $20, donate to Shop Bob Live. And if you're a business owner, listen, put your business over there, and you might say, well, I don't have the money right now. Well, when you sell something, it takes a little percentage, and then it goes out to help. You don't even have to think about it. It's automatic. You just do it. So go over there to shopbob.com and see everything they have to offer. They not only have amazing businesses that can be a part of it, but they also have merch and all kind of little things that you can buy. So go over there and do some shopping, because it helps the nonprofit. It helps everything. Yes. So, yes. And a little birdie told me that you guys are part of the Amazon nonprofit program.
Yes.
So tell them about that. I forgot, because we love Amazon. We be all on the Amazon.
Yes. If you are on Amazon, you're a heavy shopper, there is in your settings, you're going to go into settings and scroll all the way down. You're going to find something called Amazon Smiles. Ching. Click on that, and then you look up Shop Bob Cares. And all you have to do is select Shop Bob Cares, and everything that you buy that's eligible, Amazon will donate to us. They don't raise your prices. There's no fees for you to join. Amazon will just donate a portion of their profit to the nonprofit that you have selected. And so that has been absolutely amazing, because you don't realize how often you shop, and then it'll tell you how much money you've been able to, Amazon has donated on your behalf to the organization. And it's just a help, because every single dollar counts. You'd be surprised, but every dollar counts. Your dollar is helping to hire youth. It's helping to give them opportunity. We're putting together scholarships. We're helping seniors. I do not take any money. There is no paid salary here. 100% of money that is raised goes towards community work. And then what we'll be doing moving forward, if you are a nonprofit, also, I want to connect with you, because what we are doing, we are here to help you do your work. So if you are on the ground, you need assistance, we can help with volunteers, we can help with funding. If you are an individual and you are doing something in your community, we might be able to connect you with a business that can help you focus on your mission. But let's start partnering, let's start growing together. It's about us doing stuff together. I want to help.
All right, let me tell you something. When her show start back, you guys, you better get on that list. You better get on that list. It was a blessing to me. Listen, go over to Shop Bob, and for all of my people who shop on Amazon, if your money, like my parents used to say, your money looking a little funny, but you still have to buy some things, because everybody got to get on Amazon. When the world shut down, people who never shopped digital, they start shopping to get things. It's not costing you anything. You just go to Amazon Smiles, like she said, and click shop. That's what I'm gonna do, because I'm going on right after this right here, and click Shop Bob Live. I mean Shop Bob,
mm-hmm.
and Shop Bob Cares.
Yes, that's the
Shop Bob Cares,
mm-hmm.
and select it. It's no extra money coming out your pocket. They're gonna be doing this. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's a win-win situation. You have to buy it anyway. Mm-hmm. You don't have to pay any extra. And yet, you know that even if you can't physically be there at one of the Shop Bob Cares events, you're still helping. You're still a part of the positive movement, people. Come on now. Come on now.
Yeah, it's a
Someone
great.
said, hello, Amazon Mom. I think everybody is on Amazon at this point. Mm-hmm. So that is amazing. That's amazing. So I'll just, again, thank you for coming over. You always have an open seat to come and share what you're doing. And when you're able to share the show out, your upcoming projects, you can bring your cast, get on over here. We can have all y'all on there and do y'all little thing. Y'all can share, because at the end of the day, this is about all of us elevating each other, growing each other, and showing some positivity, for heaven's sakes. Showing some positivity. And Be the Difference Clothing. Check her out. She has positive merchandise that I personally wear. I'm a walking billboard for just about everybody that's positive. Okay, I'll be a walking billboard for Shop Bob. You seen the shirt, I'm putting it on. Like, here you go. Okay, so you guys, thank you for everyone that tuned in live. For all of you that's going to be listening in later, thank you for everything that you do for supporting the show. And make sure that you support shopbob.com, Shop Bob Cares on Amazon, and make sure to follow her on social media, Shop Bob on Instagram, to stay in the know of what's going on, because that's the only way that you're going to know what's going on, that you get connected on those various channels, so that you can be in the know and you can support. And guess what? It's another way that you can support, by just sharing, word of mouth. Okay. If you can't do anything else, like, follow, share, like, follow, share, like, follow, share, comment if you want, share the link with someone. That is a form of caring and helping. She said, this was a great interview. Thank you for sharing. Oh, you are most welcome. So you want to tell them where they can follow you on social media?
Yes, of course, Shop Bob across the board. We are there, and then I am Jenelle Simone as well across the board. I am looking to connect. I'm looking to learn more, and like I said, helping businesses. And thank you so much for promoting Shop Bob Live, because I do want more businesses that I could help promote. I do want to create programs to really help small businesses structure and get alignment. That way, they can scale to big box retailers as well. There's so much that has been put on me to do, and as long as I have the capacity to do it, I'm going to continue to say yes. So please make sure that you hit us up. This is a piece of what we've been doing for our Shop Bob Cares program. Some of the kids that has been able to participate in our on-site gaming, and then we just have a good time, and it's all for fun. And so, like I said, we are looking for hires. So if you even are right now in the tri-state area, New York, Connecticut, Jersey, and you are a vendor, food food vendor, face painters, balloon artists. We are looking to hire you. We're not asking for free services. We're looking to hire you. So please, let's connect us. And of course, we're always looking for kids right now in the New York State, and we're growing into 2 different states by the end of 2023. And we're just growing. And I'm so happy. I'm so blessed to be able to do this. And what's next?
All right, you guys. So this is shopbob.com. I am a visual learner, so anytime that I can pull up something so anyone can see it, I want you to see all of this amazingness and see how it's bringing not only the youth, but the entire family, our elderly, our youth, our parents, and just helping them to bring family back again, okay? Because somewhere or another, we lost the connection with family, okay? Technology is great, okay? But it had put a division between family. And so now what I see that you're doing is bringing that family fold back together. And I just absolutely love it. And I saw the website. I was like, oh, I got to remember to show the website.
Thank you. And like I said, I'm the Youth Positivity Outreach Program. I looked for a Black-owned business to help build their business, and their business has tripled since we started working with them. I'm looking for other businesses to create more programming. I'm looking for organizations to build your organization to create programming. It's not about reinventing the wheel. You've already have it in motion. How can I help to grow? That's what I'm doing. That's what I want to do.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for giving us some of your time and coming on the show on today. We truly appreciate everything that you're doing. And of course, you always have an open seat welcome at the Tina Ramsey Show and podcast and whatever we do. And so what I'm going to do, I hate to even end it. It's so stupid, but we have to say goodbye. And thank you guys for tuning in. And any last words?
I just want to say thank you. As was already said here, the best thing that we can do is just to constantly keep engaging. So like, comment, share. You'd be surprised, but that little thing can help someone's business grow. So thank you.
Yes. So on that note, you guys have a great day. And remember, if no one ever told you this today, if no one told you this, that I love you, I want you to keep smiling. I want you to hold your head up, and I want you to know and believe that the Tina Ramsey Show, we got you back. We're going to have some more amazing guests coming your way to not only share what they do, but inspire you to walk into your best life, honey. Dreams can come true. And this show is for all of you. I want you to start walking in purpose. Stop being afraid. I want you to be who you was born to become. You can do it. I'm no different. She's no different. We just decided to say, we're going to do this thing. And so it's time for you. This is your moment. The world is not too saturated for you. Have a good night. If you would like to be a sponsor or featured guest on our show, go to ctrmedianetwork.com. And don't forget to follow us on social media. It's time for you to come share, shine, and grow on the Tina Ramsey Show.